Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and this time it's gonna be another debate. I love these debates. I love how some people don't understand the power of something that I say. But never mind the rest of them. This is probably the most. This is probably gonna get most people salty and very upset with what I'm about to say. You already know, you already read the title. So, SCP, The Creatures versus Dragon Ball Z. And I'm not talking about Dragon Ball Z like a couple of years ago, like in the 90s. I'm talking about Dragon Ball Z now. And I'm going to explain why I think how I do and who I think is going to be the winner. More or less. My opinion on this fight. Now, I will be... Okay, so let's get this straight. Dragon Ball Z is very powerful. No shit. There are very few things, there are very few franchises on this, like, at all, which can even stand up against it. Let alone attempt to attack it or beat it. However, SCP Containment Breach has monsters which can do just that. Now, I'm not saying they can do it quite easily, and the reason why I'm doing so bad right now is because I'm talking. But, nonetheless, that is my opinion. This is going to be just my opinion. So if you have a different opinion, you can comment down below and tell me what you think. If you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm not being very biased or something. I don't think I'm being biased. I understand Dragon Ball Z is extremely powerful, and I think I just need to get that out the way. Now, which SCPs can beat Dragon Ball Z? Well, it's not that hard to actually find SCPs that can beat some of the Dragon Ball Z characters, let alone beat all of them. Now, I know what you're thinking. There's no way SCPs can beat Dragon Ball Z. They can only tie with them. They don't have enough strong troops. They don't have any real army. They don't really have that much versus Dragon Ball Z. Well, you're correct. However, no, you're not. So, these are the 6 SCPs that can beat or attempt to beat most of the armies. Like, I'm talking about Saiyans and all those others. And probably even some Marvel characters. Yeah, Marvel. Oh boy. So, the first one I have is 610. The Flesh That Hates. This shouldn't be a surprise, but a lot of people think this is a very weak kind of a weak SCP, but really it's not. It's kind of very dangerous, like really, really dangerous. And surprisingly, a lot of people don't understand that. The reason why it is at number 6 is because, well, there's a lot more powerful things coming up, and I do not know. I don't think we will ever, get the chance to know of how Dragon Ball Z will go up against something so, disgusting. Like, it's literally, as soon as you touch it, it doesn't matter if you cut your arm off or anything. It will consume you. And once it consumes you, you die. And right after that, you become to mutate, and that's already like one person dead. And these things can just mutate multiple times and have no problem at all capturing some of the things in Dragon Ball Z. I could see Goku touching this thing, trying to be like really nice to it, and it just eats him alive or something. You know, it's just very powerful, and I think with the right kind of like way, if you think about it, this thing can kill. Like Goku and Vegeta, making Vegito impossible to achieve, and having so little against SCP Containment Breach. Now, this is one that is kind of weird, so let me explain right after I tell you. 096. So the next one is 096. He is the one that can tear through people and has taken an anti-tank rifle to the side of the head. On a human skull, the temple is the weakest part of the human skull. And he took an anti-tank rifle to the side of the head. Oh. Like, that's just, like, intimidating. Like, really. Oh, and not only that, we don't even know if that's even his, like, full potential. Like, wow, honestly. Like, no joke. Like, you just hear some of the things that these things can do, and it's just like, whoa, what? But yeah, he has done some of these things, and it's very, it's very, like, scary to think that someone can actually, like, tank that. An anti-tank rifle is supposed to tear through a tank in today's world. That's what the anti-tank is labeled as, anti-tank. But this thing has just, like, took it in the side of the head, which is, like, really, like, you are that strong. Your skull is that strong. And I don't know this for sure, but I think it is actually human-wise only. I think it is impossible to actually sever a limb or break a bone from this thing. Simply because, well, everything I just mentioned. It's very scary to think that this one little thing, I wouldn't say little. This thing with, like, almost no muscle at all has tore through 682 and has survived who has survived a shot from 001, which is really impressive. I know I'm kind of, like, saying impressive and loud and, like, wow and all this other stuff, but it's true. A lot of this stuff is very impressive. And you can't take that away from SCP. It's very impressive. Now, going to another SCP, 107. Now, this SCP, it's not necessarily like a really, like, over the top powerful kind of a SCP, but it is actually labeled as an SCP that really, it's not human, nor is it really creature. It's more of like, it's like how can you say it? Like, it's just an essence of like what appears to be like a dark color. Like that's it. That's all it is. And if you get too close to it, you're gonna die because it will consume you. Yeah, I know, right? Like real scary to be consumed by something. Lol. But it's like really scary to think that some of these things can do that. Now, on to the next 3 SCPs. Now, these 3 have been chosen by me and a couple of other friends of mine. We were talking about it all day, basically. Right after some interesting, annoying test. I'll just say it like that. Now, the next SCP, the third strongest SCP that can take out Dragon Ball Z single-handedly. These are the ones that are very, very dangerous. Oh boy, give me 1 second. Okay, so this next SCP is 343. Now, why did I choose this one? Well, in the SCP universe, this is basically God himself. Yeah. And the reason why I put him at the third strongest is because he limits himself to what he can and like what he will and will not do to others. Like, for example, if someone's about to kill him, he can't kill God. If someone's about to hit him, he will literally stop that creature from attacking him and either obliterate him, like literally shoot him out of existence, or he's gonna do what most people in their right mind would do, just let him go. Depends on whose mind you're going into, but okay. Now he is omnipotent, omnipresent, and the third one, whatever that one is, that my friend likes to keep saying and telling me like I don't know. Now, this next one is 001. He is the one that basically strikes down. Basically, he is the one that guards a gate to heaven, I think it is. Either heaven or somewhere else, but it's really a scary thought that this thing is what protects it. Because he can obliterate anything. And I mean, well, almost anything. With just one hit from his sword, which is actually an SCP on its own. That's definitely not gonna chill anybody out or scare anyone. Now, the SCP which can strike anyone down is actually named SCP-001-2. However, I will be naming it the same as the one that basically guards the gate, because that's basically what he can do, and all that other good stuff. Oh geez. Now, the last SCP, the strongest SCP that I know right now. No, it doesn't matter. This is the strongest SCP that I know. And you may be thinking, well, you already said God. What else would you say? Well, how about I don't say, how about I show you? Check this out. this is the SCP that I am talking about. I'm not gonna attempt his name. Now, this SCP he's not even an SCP, he's labeled as an old god. I'm really getting some World of Warcraft vibes off of him, but this is basically who he is. An old god as old as creation, which is his age. Okay. That's very interesting. And this is his abilities. This is not what 001 or 00. No, this is not 001, 001-2 or 343. They really won't or can't do this. This is just too much. And he's actually stronger than a lot of people from... He's probably the strongest person in... If he was in Dragon Ball Z, he's probably the strongest in like ever. You can just read some of these things and just like, Jesus Christ, man. Wow. Likely limitless, lol. He could just drain other people's energy if he wanted to. Intelligence. How are you gonna measure this guy's intelligence? None notable. Now, you can read this if you want, but I highly suggest looking into more SCPs if you can find any, and really start looking into the SCPs, because the SCPs, they're like beyond powerful. They are like gods themselves. Some of them, at least. This one's just terrifying. Now, the reason why I put him over everyone else is because, well, you know, he probably would be able to not really give a crap if all of this was his powers. But these are the reasons why I believe SCP Containment Breach, or not SCP Containment Breach, but this old god is stronger, is the strongest in the SCP universe. Now, SCP Containment Breach versus Dragon Ball Z, my opinion only, I'm gonna have to say SCP Containment Breach takes this win. 10 out of 10. Like 100%. There is no... Goku is very strong, and I understand, but he has limits. Vegito has even higher limits, but they're still limited. They can't do even a little bit of this. Portal creation, resurrection. He can literally just make his own army if he wanted to. He could literally put Goku with... And he can literally put Goku's muscles and bones to a shrivel and just make him float in space until he dies. He can literally... Now, there might be a point. There is the Omni King. And if you go on YouTube and you go on some Omni King debunked videos, you can actually tell he's not omniscient, omnipotent, or omnipresent. He's not any of those. However, this guy, I don't know about you, but I would say he is. He is basically the god. A god. A brutal god. Even though he has all of this. He does not have limits. Even though some of these are not as powerful as maybe God himself, he will do all these. That's why he is higher. Yes, God can do anything to you. But if it's bad, he won't like to do it. This one, he just doesn't care. He doesn't care how you feel. He doesn't, look at that. Doesn't that look so beautiful? He looks like he just wants to kill you. In my opinion, SCP Containment Breach wins. Oh, versus Dragon Ball Z. Simply because of the last three. Maybe not the first two or the other one. Maybe not the first, but the last three, there's no question. Look at all this. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope to get some of that salt into the comments, and I will see you later. Bye. Like and subscribe, please.